ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। Okay, so we were looking at tadhitas. What is tadhita? Tasya hitam tadhitam. Kasya hitam? Vaiyakarnasya hitam. It is loved by the grammarians. It's also allowed in the language because you can cook up so many words, with ease. And when you see those words, you know what noun it's connected to. So a noun derived from a noun is a tadhita. So in English, they will call it nominal derivatives. Noun, nominal. So nominal derivative means you should understand it talks of tadhita. I will not use that word. What about kridanta? Verbal derivatives. Because they come from a verb form, so to say. So see, namadhatu is also a nominal derivative. So when we say namadhatu, we're very clear. It is a verb born out of a noun. One second, namadhatu. Yeah, it's a verb born of a noun. Right? Tadhita is noun born of a noun. Sananta is verb born of a verb. Right? So these are all the varieties we have. And then within san we have, the verb born of a verb in what sense? There's a causative, niche. There's a desiderative. I don't know why they call it desiderative. What is somebody desires it? Icharthe, son. Then you have what is called intensive or frequentative, which is young. Young or young look, both are there. Both will be in that category. What is young? Not Y-O-U-N-G, young. Yakara, ngakara, okay? Young, pratyay. Young look is what? Young comes, young goes. It gets looked. Looked means you can't look at it. Whole pratyaya goes away. That is called look. Pratyayasya look, shlu, lupaha. 3 words. Look, lupa, and shlu. 3 words are used by Panini to say a pratyaya vanishes. Why 3 words? He will use them independently. When shlu happens, do something. When look happens, do something. So though it's abhava happening, what is happening is abhava karanam. Still, by giving it a name, you can use now the operation specific with that operation, for a particular method. So when we are doing, say, the duplication for one particular cost, we will use one word. So if you look, juhotyadibhyah shluhu. Okay? Where did this come? Why is it coming suddenly? You should remember Kartari Shap. Okay? Do you remember Kartari Shap? I have to remind you now and then. Because we have a class after so many days, I have to again remind you. What is it? What is Shap? A Gana Vikarana Pratyaya. 4th Gana, what is the Vikarana Pratyaya? Shyan. So how do you say it? Divadibhyah Shyan. Correct? Then what about 6th Gana? Tudadibhyah Shaha. All right. What about 5th Gana? I have forgotten. What is it?
Swadibhyah shnu.
Swadibhyah shnu. Good. Swadibhyah shnu. Then, what about 7th Gana? Rudadibhyah shnam. What about eighth gana? Tanadi krinjbhyah uhu. Sutra. It doesn't say just tanadibhyah. Tanadi krinjbhyah uhu. What about 10th gana?
Shap.
Correct. But how does it begin?
Churat.
Churadibhyah nich. Starts there. Then you get a new dhatu. Then we get shap again. Because general default is shap. All right. Why did I say all this? What did we do third gana now? Third gana is juhotyadi. See, who is dhatu becomes juhoti. How does it become juhoti? Who. First who becomes who. Then that who will become ju. So what brings about this ju, who to who? That operation is done by what is called as, it is done by abhyasa. Okay. But there we will use the word shlu to remove something. So I'm saying sometimes don't think it's always a pratyaya. Some operation may be coming through that too. Okay. Anyway, leave that alone. So we were talking of tadhita. Right? And in tadhita we saw first one general introduction. And in second class we looked at some common ways. So you always have a lakshana vakya to say what is the meaning in which the derivative is formed. And then the pratyayas which can be added in that sense. So for certain set of words, certain pratyayas may be added. For other set of words, other pratyayas may be added. This is the arrangement. All right. And in that, last time I had left you saying we have to look at some things which are, I said, bha. When there is bha, certain things happen. What is bha? Yachibham. Do you remember yachibham? What is yachibham? Yakara and ach is yach. That itself you should first remember. Otherwise, yach means what? You think haya varat. Ayun, riling, klilik, eong, ayouch. Then haya varat, yach won't come. How will it come? It won't come. Correct? So you have to remember, yach is what? Yakarascha, achcha, yach. Then yachi. How come it became singular? That is Panini's, that is his freedom. He will make it samahara dvandva and make it a singular. No problem. Yachi. Seventh case. Yachi. Yachi, when a yakaradi or ajadi pratyaya follows, what will get the sanya of bha? That which precedes it. What precedes the pratyaya? Anga. Okay? Pratyaya, what precedes is anga. All right? So now an anga which is followed by a pratyaya. Right? But which pratyaya? Any pratyaya? Tip pratyaya? No. You should remember it is swadi. What is suadi? Su starts with 412. Suaujas and goes up to 5460. Final pratyaya 54160, not 60, 54160 is kap, pakara. That is the su adi there. Goes up to that pa. Okay. So now, if a swadi pratyaya follows, and it is ajadi or yakaradi, and the pratyaya is not what is called as sarvanama sthanam. You have to remember all these terms. We have looked at it 2-3 times. You have to remember, otherwise it will go away again. What is sarvanama sthana? Different from masculine, feminine, different for neuter. What is it for neuter? It is a dual. First and second case, dual. That much alone is sarvanama sthana. She sarvanama sthana, right? Dual or plural? Which one?
Plural, Swami.
Plural. Good. Good. I'm happy. Otherwise, I can sleep, and you will say yes. Good. So she is Sarvanamasthana. What is dual called?
Pada.
No, dual. She, you will say. That's all I'm getting to remember. Because she and she, two things, okay? All right. Anyway, so now you have to exclude them. And in masculine and feminine, it will be first case, all three numbers, and second case, singular and dual. Those first five. This is Sarvanamasthana. So these we don't have to worry right now when we are looking at Tadhita. But you have to know what is Bha. Right? So Bha is what? When it is followed, when the Anga is followed by a Suadi Pratyaya, which is not a Sarvanamasthana, right? And which begins with a Yakara or an Ach. Spashtam? This is called Bha. The Anga is called Bha, okay? And what will Bha negate? If it is Bha, it is not a Pada. If it's a Pada, it's not a Bha. That's important you note. Two different sangyas. Why? Because this whole thing is an adhikara called Akadarat Eka Sanya, 141. Adhikara is very important for us. One name only can be there. He says, but he has exceptions for that also. Every rule has exceptions, almost. So sometimes you will say, what is this adhikara and exception again? But that's how it is. All right? Okay. Now, this bha, once you know, in general, see, yachi bham is a sanya sutra. 1.418 or so, you know. Yachi bham is a sanya sutra. Once you have a sanya sutra, it is always good to see what is the place where sanya is used. Okay? This is the method. First you name something and then you will have a use for it. There is no need for a name unless you're going to use the name. It's like you're in programming, you declare an enumerated type only if you need an enumerated type, correct? Otherwise you won't declare one. So this is like that. You declare a new type and then you use it. Okay. So now I will share the screen with you. Share there it is. Can you see? Tadhyay? Okay. So now let us say we go to I'm not in the right place. I should first go to Sutra Patha. Okay. So now 1, 4. Oh, okay, that's good. That's working. 1, 4. Yeah, cheap. 1, 4, 18. All right. What do you see now? See this. I'm going to take you a little further now. You go into Kashika. Kashika is one of the commentaries on the Ashtadhyayi. Here is Kashika. Okay? Astiva, nastiva. Okay. All right, good. That's what I'm looking for. So you look here. Do you see that word here? Bha Pradeshaha. That is telling you where this is used. Where is the Sangya used? There may be multiple. It's not only one sutra. But he will state one, and he will probably state the most significant ones. So when you see a Sangya sutra, it is good to eyeball and see where is Sangya Pradesha. It's a good habit. When you see a Pratyaya, you should see what are all the 8 letters in it. It should be clear. When you Sangya, you should look for Sangya Pradesha. This why I'm pointing out, because if you go and see and say Siddhanta Kaumudi, you will not find this. Laghu Siddhanta will just tell you Sangya. Siddhanta Kaumudi also will just tell you Sangya. It will not tell you Sangya Pradesha. Because they are coming with how Siddhanta Kaumudi is written it's a brilliant way of saying you start deriving words. Then whatever sutra is coming in the path, you start taking them one by one. So he is not interested in showing you all the use of sutra. He is going to take you to one application and then forget about it. He assumes you know the whole sutra after that, which is not true. Which is not true. Because probably when Bhattoji Dikshita taught it, they all knew Ashtadhyayi like the back of their hands. So it didn't matter how you arrive. Once you knew the sutra already. But later what happened? People only know the sutra, they don't know all its uses. Whereas sutra can have multiple applications in different areas. This is where Kashika becomes a lifesaver. It will show you all uses for a sutra. Okay? So that is where, see, I've told you, first attempt to understand Ashtadhyayi Sutras is Prathamavriti. That's a very good book, series of 3 books, 3 parts. Then it has only one first, normally what it has is first line of Kashika. Whatever is there in Kashika, the first line is what you will find. So what you will find in Prathamavriti, generally. Okay? This one, in Sangya, I said this is a good place to look. Bha Pradesha. What does it say? Bhasya. What is Bhasya? It's an adhikara. Bhasya is an adhikara. All right? So let us look at that adhikara now. Give me 1 second. So now we'll share and what should I share? I think not that. Is it that? No. Give me 1 second, okay. I'm going to share it offhand. It is sitting here. Okay, it's called preview. All right. Zoom. Share. There it is. Good. All right. So now that sutra is where 64129. Seeing it? 64129. Do you want me to make it any bigger? Can try. Better? Okay. Bhasya. How far does it go? When you see an adhikara, you should look what immediately? How far does it go? Bhasya. How far does it go? 175. What is 175? You will find it's end of 6-4. I don't like to remember 175. Why bothered with it? I remember it as 6-4 end. Easy. Much easier. Goes up to 6-4 end. So what is there in this section? What does adhikara mean? In every sutra in this section, as though the word bhasya is present, anuvritti will be there. Therefore, some operation will happen for a bha. And how many sutras? 130 to 175. 45 sutras. Okay? So good to know. Once you know bha, where will bha be? Bha's action be seen? It will be seen here. All right? Now, what is bha? Yachi bham. What kind of possibilities? Suadi. Therefore, it could be supratyas, suau just up to that sup 9, those 21. It could also be any pratyaya up to 5, 4, 160. It's 3 pratyayas and tadhita pratyayas. Are you with me? Tadhita pratyayas, see, first is 412, right? Which is suaujas, amautshas. Then you have 3 pratyayas. A small section, about 4176 or so. After that, you begin tadhitas, and that goes up to end of 5-4. All right. So all these 3 can give you a bhasanya. So you should know now, like we have seen, if you remember, that when you do the declensions of words, when you do subanta, we saw that you seem to have 3 areas where things work. So for example, if you take, if you take a word like yogi. Yogi, yogin. Yogi, yoginau, yoginah. Yoginam, yoginau, yoginah. Then what happens? Yogina, yogibhyam, yogibihi. What happened? Yogina, yogin nakara is retained. Yogibhyam, nakara vanished. Yogibhihi, nakara vanished. Then, next sentence is what? Yogine, nakara retained. Yogibhyam, yogibhyah. Then what? Yoginah, yogibhyam, yogibhyah. Yoginah, yoginoh, nakara retained. Yoginam. In all three, it's retained. Do you see that? Yogini, yoginoho. Then what? Yoginashu? No, yogishu. Why? What is happening? You can see. Bhyam, bhyaha, bhyam, bhyaha, bhyam, bhyaha. Su. In all these, what is it beginning with? Ah? Ach, ach? No. It is all not ach. What about the others? What about second case plural? Suaujas, amaushas, us. Beginning
Swamiji,
with
we are
ajad.
seeing only the Ustadi.
Huh?
We are seeing only the Ustadi.
That's okay. I'm telling you, I'm hoping you remember. Can you remember the forms or no? I'm assuming yogi forms are in your head, okay?
Okay.
Do you need help with that?
No.
Okay. So now I'm saying yogi, so look at the second line now. Third line. Ta, bhyam, bhis. Ta is what? Chutu. Takara goes. What is it? What is the content? Ah. What's it beginning with? Ach. So what will the anga before ach be? Bha. Not bhyam. Is it ajadi? No. Is it yajadi? No. Then what will it be? Anga, all right. Which anga? Pada. So pada sanya, some operation will happen. Yogin plus bhyam, padanta, nakara will get dropped. What is the basis? What is pada? What is bha? What is the third section? First five. Sarvanamasthana. These three, if you hold on to, Suvanta becomes easy. The patterns are in these three areas. You just sort of match those patterns, make those boxes, and understand, okay, even if you're memorizing, easier to memorize because, changes are in that. Like if you say vidvas shabda, how will it operate? Vidwan, vidwamsau, vidwamsaha, vidwamsam, vidwamsau, then it will change. Vidushaha, vidusha, it changes now. Vidvadbhyam, vidvadbhihi, vidushe. What is the vidusha? Some change is happening. When does it happen? Get it? So like this, there are several changes that can happen. Subanta prayoga. Those also must be under bhadikara. There can be changes that happen under tadditas. Those can also enter bhadikara. So Panini, when he makes Ashtadhyayi, he doesn't care whether you come from Subanta or Tadita. That's why he made one sanya bha. Job is done. All right? So this bha has got a lot of sutras. Bhasyadikara. We are not going to look at most of them right now. But, for example, suppose you so allopo anaha, you will require this for Subanta. When you're doing Rajan Shabda, etc., you will need it. Okay? That's where it will come in. So, Raja, Rajabhyam, etc. You will see something will happen. Okay? Unending. Allopo anaha. Atlopa. Allopa is what? Atlopa. What sutra? Torli. Okay? So, allopona, etc. So, this is how this is organized. Okay? Now, I want to take you to one sutra here, which is tehe. Okay? Tehe. What is tea now? Do you remember what is tea? Let us stop this for a bit. Do you remember what is tea?
Achontyadi.
Achontyadi tea. You should remember this again. Achontyadi tea. What does it mean? That which begins with the final ach of whatever you're considering. That part beginning with the last vowel is called T. So suppose you have a name Ramesh. What is T? Someone tell me. Ramesh. What is T? Yes, Malati, sorry.
Ish.
Ash. Good. Suppose it was Ramesha. Get the difference? Should begin with the last vowel. Okay? Suppose it is, it is Das. Das. What will be the T? We have done all this, just reminding you. What will be the T? Go ahead.
As.
As. Correct? But is it Dasa? Be very cautious that even the last letter could be the vowel. Okay? You have to be cautious about that. This is what a T is. Now what does it say? Tehe. Tehe kim bhavati? Tehe. T. What case of T is tehe? Possibilities.
6-1 or 5-1.
5-1-6.
5161. Good. At least that much should be able to say. 5161. Therefore, now I'm telling you, tehe lopaha. Tehe lopaha. What will you understand? Sthani tehe kim adeshaha lopaha. What does lopaha mean? Adarshanam lopaha. 1165. Adarshanam lopaha. Means what? It will vanish. In English translation, elided. Removed, elided, deleted, whatever you want to say, dropped. When bhasya, adhikara, bhasya tehe lopaha. Bhasya tehe lopaha. For all bhas you should remove. Is there any condition? Yes. Diti. Diti. What is dit now? What is dit? Someone help me.
Dakara has its letters.
Dakara as an ith letter. Okay? Dakara as an ith letter. It's called dit. Diti, what case is that?
7-1.
Seventh case. Therefore, what will it mean? When a dit pratyaya follows. Why pratyaya? Because when you have a bha, what will follow? What will follow? Something else will follow? Dhatu will follow? No, impossible. What should follow? Pratyaya alone must follow. Therefore, what kind of a pratyaya? A dit pratyaya. If a dit pratyaya follows a bha, what should you do? Remove the T. Bhasya ter lopaha. Good to know this. Bhasya ter lopaha. Why I'm giving? Say I'm just showing you a few sutras which I think are more heavily used. Okay. So now let us look at that. You understood the sutra now? Now we will look at the sutra Ashtadhyayi. Okay. First I want it in your head. Then we'll look at the book. Okay. So now what do we want? We want to go to Bhasya. Okay. Bhasya te. See, there's another sutra, Bhasya ter lopaha. Don't worry about that, okay? Right now we're interested in Bhasya adhikara. Okay. And then we go. What's the sutra number? There it is. Tehe. Correct? Tehe. What is the okay. This though he shows anuvritti atlopaha, only lopaha, okay? Not atlopaha. Okay? Tehe lopaha when diti. Okay? Of what? Adhikara is what? 641, keep in mind. Angasya. What kind of an anga? Bhasya. Within anga, it's a bha, not a pada. Angasya, bhasya. Forget about the siddhaut right now. Okay? Don't worry about it. Angasya, bhasya, tehe, kim bhavati? Lopaha. Kada bhavati? Titi. What is the translation? Bhasangika sangasya, ti sangyakasya, dit pratyaye pare lopaha bhavati. Can you translate that? If you can't, then you are in the wrong class, okay? We have to be able to translate this. That's what I mean. An anga which has got the name bha, a sangya, bha, will its t will be elided when a dit pratyaya follows immediately. This is how you should translate it. Okay? This is clear. Now let us look at his example. What happens? See, he starts. Kumuda. Kumuda. Word is kumuda. And it's taking a pratyaya, dmatup. Dmatup. Now you tell me in dmatup, what are the it letters? Pakara is it simple. Halantyam it. That I will tell you. What is the other it letter? Dakara is it. Why dakara is it? By what rule? Chutu pratyaye adihi. Should remember. A shakara, takara, the beginning of pratyaya. But what kind of pratyaya? Any kind of pratyaya. Lashakva tadhita is only for lashaku. Correct? So you don't forget itsyuta, that's very important for us. So now you have dakara. Is it dit or not? Okay. Now, what is dmatup? What is the letter in it? Ma. Right?
Mat.
So now, what will happen? See, he's giving everything away here. Dakarasya tutu. Right? Upadeshe achanunasika it. Therefore, what? Halantyam it, etc. Now what? Kumud plus mat plus tehe. Right? Now, does kumud is kumud bha or not? Is kumud bha or not?
Swami.
It's not a bha. Why? What is following? Is makara. Right? So kumuda is not a bha because what is following is makara. Okay? Therefore, right here, his example he starts with, which is not really a good example. Okay? Let's see what Kashikakara does. See, Kashika also starts with what? Kumudwan, Nadwan. And he says what? T sangyaka se diti pratyaya pare lopa. What is this? Look further. What does it say? Diti. Right? No, not that. Doesn't say it so clearly, but anyway, I will tell you what happens. What we have to remember is this, that why I'm showing you this is even if it is not a bha, even if it is not a bha, ditva samarthyat ti lopah bhavati. Are you hearing me? What it means is, the rule is when you have a dit pratyaya, which is immediately following a bha, then the T of the bha will be elided. Correct? Now what are we extending the rule to say? Even if it is not a bha, if there is a dit pratyaya, abhasya api tehe lopah bhavati. Abhasya api. Abhasya is what? Not bha, abha. Abhasya api tehe lopah bhavati. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, what is happening? You are having kumuda, and now what is the pratyaya? Is dimatam. Therefore, it is dit. Therefore, what is T for kumuda? The final A. Therefore, what will it lose? A. So, what will become kumud? Kumud mat. It's a matu pratyaya. So, it will become kumudvat by another rule, which we don't have to worry right now. Okay? Kumudvat. This is clear? T lopa. So, T sangyak is, yes, Harsha?
Swamiji, this extension is mentioned in the Kashika and but not in the rule. The Abhasya api.
Sutra will not tell you that. Sutra won't tell you that. Sutra is very brief. Parampara only will help you. Sutra alone won't do the job here. You have to know. Okay, we have to know Ditva Samarthyat Abhasyapi Ter Lopaha. And there may be exceptions to that too. Don't think always will happen. But keep in mind that's the rule.
Thank you.
Okay? All right. Now, let us see. One second. Okay. Now the point is this. I want you to see more examples. All right. So now I want to look at another thing now. Another rule. Another sutra where we'll look at this. Right? Have you heard the word katarat? Kataranno gariyaha yadva jayema yadiva no jayeyuhu. Bhagavad Gita. Katarat naha gariyaha. What is that katarat? What is katarat? Katarat is katara. Katara. Datara. Pratyaya is datara. There's a pratyaya called datara. Okay. Now, let me look for datara. Sorry. Okay. So, I know the pratyaya's name. So, I look for it. This is Ashtadhyayi's benefit. Otherwise, you have to go and look very carefully at some books. Now, you know very, very well what to do. What does it say now? What is sutra number first? 5392. Sutra number is 5392. Therefore, what adhikaras is in it? It isn't. Help me.
Tadhita.
Other than Avinash. Yes, Deepti.
Pratyaya.
Good. First is Pratyaya. Very nice. Pratyaya. Then. Immediately Pratyaya.
Parashcha.
Very good. Parashcha. Wonderful. Then.
It's only two I know.
Okay, Harsha, you want to add to it?
That pratyas in 5th chapter will be like Tadhita will be coming.
Fourth chapter first. Third is Dhato. Fourth chapter is what?
Fourth
First
chapter
sutra.
for nouns only.
Niya pratipadikat. Don't forget. Niya pratipadikat. Okay. Then what? How do you know these are Tadhita Pratyayas? One more adhikara. 4176. Tadhita. So Pratyayas after 4176 up to where? End of 54 or what? Tadhita Pratyayas. Therefore, this is a Tadhita Pratyaya. That's how you know it is a Tadhita Pratyaya. How do you know? You have to know the adhikaras. Am I making sense? Am I Anshu?
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay. All right. So look, I can again show you the screen and show you what's going on. I'm just playing right now with making you familiar. So let's see. Let me go to my Zoom again. Hey, what did I do? Did I kill Zoom? No, I didn't kill Zoom. Zoom and share. Okay, we will now go back to Ashtadhyayi, okay? So it's easier for you to follow now. So now you look, what will happen here?
Third chapter.
Third chapter, I hope you all remember, okay? Third and, third
Third,
chapter,
fourth.
Pratyaya Parascha,
Hmm.
correct? So now, if we go up, look, 4, 4, 1, 1, you see? Niya Pratipadikat going up to 5, 4, 160. Correct? Then within this, you have what? Stri Pratyayas, Striyam. This is up to where? 81. But there are overlaps, so be cautious. Don't go 81 and look for the next thing, right? So what should I do now? Go a little further, little around 81 you look, what's going to happen? 76 is Tadhitas. These numbers have to stay in the head. If you spend time with the Ashtadhyayi, it will stay. But for you, I don't expect it because you have not spent time. Okay, so don't let it bother you, but I just want you to see how it works. Tadhitaha. So now what's our sutra number we are looking at? 5, 3 something, correct? So you know it is Tadhita. Okay. So now let us go back to that fellow.
Data.
So we will go to Zoom again. We will stop share and restart a share. Yeah. Okay. So here Tadhita Pratyaya. And what is the Pratyaya now? Kim yat tadoho nirdharane dvayoho ekasya datarach. See, this is the example is only to show you what happened to Tilopa. But in the process, I'm educating you about Datara Pratyaya. Okay? That's the goal. So now, Kim yat tadoho. What is this Kim yat tadoho? Kimcha yatcha tatcha. Not tadoho, tado. Kim yat tado. Tadoho, I made it dual. Okay? Kim yat tado. I should be cautious. Kim yat tado. Visarga sandhi. Therefore became O. Okay? What are the three parts? Kim, yat, and tat. What is Kim? What is the meaning of Kim? Question. Who? What is yat? He who. What is tat? The other side of yat. Right? Who is the one who understands this well? The one who has studied Ashtadhyayi well will understand. Who is Kim? The one who has studied Yat will understand is Tat. Are you with me? Relative correlative, what we call Yat Tat. Yada Tada. When, then. Which, that. Which, this. Like that you can bring, no? Yeah, correlatives. So now Yat Tadoho. Kim Yat Tadoho. What do you want to do? Nirdharane. What is Nirdharanam here? You want to clearly know. Among the two, Dvayoho Ekasya. There are two involved. If there are two involved and you want to know among the two, which one? Then the pratyaya to add to Kim is Datara.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
So, Kim Yat Tadoho Nirdharane. Between the two, you want to select one. Shreyascha Preyascha Manushyametaha. Two. Of them, you have to pick up one. Arjuna's problem was what? Kataranno Gariyaha. Yadva Jayema Yadiva Na Jayayuhu. Should I win or should I not win? Which is better among two? When the question is among two, you have to add interrogative means you have to take Kim. If you want Yat or Tat, you take that Pratipadika. So what is the Pratipadika now? Tat Tad, yad. Dakaranta, by the way. Note. Right? Yad, tad, kim. 3 pratipadikas are there. What is the pratyaya you can add to it now? Datarach. What are the it letters? Halantyam, it, chakara goes. What about dakara? Chutu. Dakara goes. Therefore, what is the pratyaya? Tara. This tara is not the same as tarap. That is pakarait. Be cautious. Both are tadhita. That is comparative. But here the distinction is between which of the two. Okay? Now you take kim. Kim is a pratipadika. So to kim pratipadika, if you add a pratyaya, what will happen? What will happen if you take kim pratipadika and add a pratyaya? So now look, pratipadika is, sorry, kim. Interrogative. I want no, see, kim can be what? Kim ke kani, kim ke kani. Understand? You have all numbers possible. Kim is only the pratipadika. Now you have to imagine a situation of dual. There are two. Among two, which one you want to know? When you want to do, what should you add? You add the pratyaya datarach. By what sutra? By the sutra we just saw. Okay?
Family, we can't see your dog.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't shared it, is it? I'm sorry. Give me a second. Okay, thank you for informing me. Otherwise, I would have been blind to it. Okay, that may work better. Now you're not seeing my doc, you're seeing the Ashtadhyayi, right? Correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'll show you the doc in a second. Now you're seeing the doc? Good.
Yes.
All right. So kim plus datarach. Now you tell me what is following kim? A dit pratyaya. Is kim a bhasangya? Ta. Takara. Will takara pratyaya following will you get das bhasangya?
Swamiji, tara, no?
No, how?
1 second. The whole da doesn't go, no? Oh, is it half da?
No, it is da.
Okay.
Whole da will go. It will be ucharnartha. Pratyaya is only tara. Don't worry about it. Okay? But what I'm saying is, again, you have a problem here. It won't get a bhasangya. This is a very common. But it's a dit pratyaya. Therefore, ditva samarthyena kim bhavati? Ramesh, are you able to follow? Or lost?
Lost a bit. Sorry.
Lost. Okay. Look, where are you lost? Tell me where you are lost.
Uh,
Why I'm adding kim and datrach? Is that where you lost?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I'm saying when you have to determine between two, one, for 3 pratipadikas, kim, yat, or tat, you can add a pratyaya called datara. Okay? Kim is the pronoun, yat is the pronoun, and tat is the pronoun. When you add this datarach, what will happen? It means one among two. One which among two, or one among these two, or one among those two. Are you with me? Anybody else who's lost? Ask, okay? I see some faces, so I look and say face is not making sense. It's just staring at the screen. So I have to ask what happened. It's clear or not? But if it's not clear, you ask me. All right? So when I say kim, it means what or who or which, that kind of meaning will come. Interrogative. Right? Kim karoshi, what are you doing? Right? Kim ichhasi, what do you wish? Now, when you add datarach, it is no longer what, just what? Which among the two? That's the meaning. Okay? Which among the two? And what am I trying to get? I have added a tadvita pratyaya. What will I get when I add a tadhita pratyaya, what will I get? Another pratipadika. Correct? Now, kim plus datarach. I'm saying this datara, if you remove the it letter, what do you get? Kim plus tara. Is takara yakara or ach? Neither of them. Therefore, it is not bha. Even though it is not bha, it's a dit pratyaya. Dakara. Therefore, ditya samarthyat kim bhavati? Ter lopaha. Tehe lop. Therefore, what will happen now? You tell me. Now, somebody help me. Ramesh, you help me. What is the T for Kim?
Im.
Im. Good. Now you do lopa of Kim and tell me what should I write?
Kitara.
Kakara. Don't say ik.
Ka-
Use kakara. Just add kara, okay? Ka.
ka-
Anything else?
No.
Done. What is the pratyaya?
Tra.
Tara.
Tara.
Correct?
Yeah.
What will it become?
Tra. Tra.
Sorry, not. 1 second.
Atara, Swamiji.
Oh, is it? You checked, is it? It's
No, I'll check.
no, just one check. Check it once. Oh, maybe it's atara. I thought it's whole dakara. Just check. I somehow don't like it to be atara. I thought it was tara.
I mean, then it will become bha sangya.
Huh?
If it is atara, then it will be
It will
bha.
also get person, you're saying. Fair enough. Possible. Yeah. Possible. Let me check that. Give me a second. Let's go and find out. We'll know in a second what is going on there. Okay. So now, here what is happening? It is pratyaya parascha. Right? So then, datarach, correct. Datara. I didn't realize that. Because of the other thing, I thought it is like that only. Sorry. Sorry for my mistake. Okay. Correct it. It is not da. Just the dakara goes, atara is remaining. Then bhasangya is also there. No problem. We don't have to bring dittu samarthya. Okay. So atara. So what do we get now? Katara. What does katara mean? Which among the two? Okay. So that is how you end up with katara. So bhavataha yatha bhavataha kataraha devadattaha. Among you both, or among many, better two. Bhavataha. Bhavatoho, not bhavataha. Bhavatoho. Right? Shashti. Among you two, Shashti dual, right? Among you two, Kataraha Devadattaha. Who would be Devadatta? Who is Devadatta? Right? So, similarly, what? Suppose you have Yad, you'll get what? Yatara. Yatara means the relative, like Yada, Yatara. And the thing which will go with is Tatara. You will normally not see Yatara, Tatara that much, but you will see Katara. Because we always have a problem, Anatma, Atma, two things. We'll have two, Shreyas and Preyas. So that Katara will come. So that's the idea. Okay? So understand Ditva. Dit Pratyaya following, Bha takes Lopa. Okay? This is clear, somewhat clear. Anybody has any questions here? So now we will also look at Nirdharanam also in a bit. So he's explaining here. We will look at here. Asmin sutre Nirdharanam. अस्मिन् संदर्भे प्रत्ययविधानं कृतमस्ति एतत् चयनं चतुर्भिः प्रकारैः सम्भवति. He is now telling you what is निर्धारणम in general. Okay? Nirdharanam generally is determining one among many. There is a sixth case for that called Nirdharane Shashti. Okay? And this Nirdharanam is typically based on a jati, a species, a kriya, a guna, a sanya, like, sugunena or sanya by name. By all these, you take out one subset in a larger set. that is called nirdharanam. That operation of separating, distinguishing, carving out a subset from a set based on a species, an action, a guna. Sangya also I have not seen everywhere. Some places they may mention it. Okay. So that will be called a nirdharana. And there, Shashti is the vibhakti you have to use. Shashti or Saptami. Saptami or Shashti can be used for nirdharanam. Example you want, go to 10th chapter of Gita. You will find a lot of examples. But he gives some examples we'll look at here, okay? What does he say now? Jatyaha dharina. Kataraha etayoho ashvaha. Among these two animals, which of them is a horse? Katara etayoho brahmani. He changed gender. Among these two women, which one of them is a brahmani? Now, when it's neuter, it becomes katarat. Not katara, not katara, it becomes katarat. Okay? Therefore, katarat, singular. Etayoho amraphalam. You gave an apple and a mango, and I don't know which one is which. So I ask you, which one of these is the mango? Katarat. This katarat is what you see in Gita. Katarat nahagariya. Which one of them is better? Winning or losing? That's the neuter there. Yadva jayema, yadiva na jayehu. Okay? Kriya. Based on Kriya, what do you do? Kataraha etayoho karakaha. So we have gone away from Tadhita now. We are understanding what is Nirdharanam, okay? Kataraha etayoho karakaha. Don't take etayoho as sambandha now. This Nirdharane Shashti. Among these two, which one is the doer? Who did? Katara etayoho adhyapika. Among these two women, who is the teacher? Katarat etayoho vahakam. Among these two, which one is the vehicle? Vahakam. Okay? Now based on Gana. Right? Kriya is over. Now Gana. Gana means Guna. Sorry, not Gana. Guna. Guna means a quality. Kataraha etayoho shuraha. Who among them is courageous? Katara etayoho patvi. What is patvi? Patu means sharp. Patu feminine will become patu plus neep. You will get patvi. Who among them is sharper among these two? Which one? Then katarat etayoho madhuram. You have two fruit. Which one is sweeter? Katarat etayoho madhuram. Then sanya. Kataraha etayoho devadatta. Who among them is devadatta? Kataraha etayoho sita. Who among them is Sita? Kataraha etayoho shravanam. Nakshatra. I will think hearing. No, nakshatra. The star. You are seeing many stars. Which one among the two stars now? Which one is Shravana Nakshatra? Okay? So, this is what is happening here. Our example is only how much? Dit. Bas bha is there, dit pratyaya is there, tilopa happens. Pashtam. So, by the process, what do you get now? You understand how the pratyaya called datara. Next pratyaya, which is very close to it, is datama. Datara is over, datama. What is datama? Not among two now, among many. Which one? When nirdharanam is only between two, it is datara. When it is between across many, it is datama. Okay? Next sutra. 5393. What is it? Va bahunam jati pariprashne datamach. Dakara goes, chakara goes, what will remain? Atam. Atama. Atama will remain. All right? Atama. That's the pratyaya. Akaradi, so you'll get a bha sanya. Again, dit pratyaya is there, T lopa will happen. So kim plus datama, what will you get? Katama. Very straightforward. Yat plus datama, yatama. Tat plus tad plus datama, katama. Tat plus datama, you'll get tatama. Correct? That's all. So now that's the next sutra. So it's telling you what you get here. Same rules. Anekeshu kaha. That's the example now. Not among two, which one? Among many, which one? So अस्मिन् सन्दर्भे किम शब्दात् स्वार्थे डतमच प्रत्यय भवति. See, the datama he says swarte because you're not changing the meaning of kim. Pratyaya meaning is not changing kim, but it's one among which, among them which one? Slight qualification. It's also called swartha. So, anekeshu kaha ityeva. So, see the why is there. It means it is not necessary you have to use datama. You can do without it also. If you want, you can use the word with datama pratyaya. So, it will get now, say kim plus atama. Ka plus atama. It will become what? Ka should have been without the kakara, okay? Just ka after dropping the T. So you'll get katama. Now what's happening? Interesting. Look, now what he is doing. He is saying it is ka. Why? Angasya T lopaha. Should have been only ka. Why he is keeping a? Why he has to bring ato gune? I'm not very sure why he is doing that.
Swamiji, it's just a typo because it's not become Katama.
No, that's the sutra ato gune will take care of it.
Atu.
Sutra ato gune takes care of it. But I'm wondering why here it is ka plus atama, whereas in the previous one, it was just kakara. What did we do there? Let's check that. There it was ka. Why did he make it? I don't know why this is different. I'll have to look it up, okay? Let's see what Kashika says. If it says anything more. Okay. So he didn't say much. He just said Bahunam Madhye Ekasya Nirdharane Gamimane Jati Pariprashna Vishayebhyah Kimadibhyah Datmach Pratyaya Bhavati. Yo bhavatam kathaha. Okay. Yo bhavatam devattaha. I don't know the answer to that. I would have expected to be just a kakara, okay? So I'll have to look it up elsewhere to figure out what's going on. But now you assume it is kakara. If there's a, or maybe he is right, we have to look it up. Because if he says it must be some reason why he's giving a sutra also specifically. But understand T lopa has to happen. Okay? Is this somewhat understood? Okay. So then, in the context, I also want you to see one more thing now, which is, let me look for daha. Okay. Now, I'm showing you a different sutra. Just showing you how the impact of T lopa happens, okay? Where all it applies. Now, if it is only tadhita, it won't matter, but any pratyaya is okay. Now, we are looking at a 3297 sutra. 3297, what kind of pratyaya will it be? Has to be a pratyaya added to a dhatu. Within that, it's in the krit section. So it's a krit pratyaya being added. Okay. Now what does it say? Saptamyam janer da. You don't know the whole background of this, okay? Don't worry about it. But what is being said is that when you are having a seventh case word in association with a dhatu, and which dhatu? Jan dhatu. Then in a particular sense, da pratyaya will come. We don't know the whole meaning here, okay? But I will explain to you. Something is born there. Okay? So example is, upasare jataha. Upasara is a lake or something. You want to talk of something born in a lake. For that, we have a krit pratyaya, and the pratyaya happens to be da. Okay? So what do you do now? You have the dhatu jan. You have the dhatu jan. And now what we do is we take the dhatu jan. Are you seeing my screen? Yeah. Jan plus I want to say, what upasare jataha. Upasare jataha. When I want to say this, what happens is you end up with upasara okay? Upasara, the Pratipadika, drop the case. Upasara plus dhatu is what? Jan. And what pratyaya will make this give meaning jataha? That pratyaya happens to be da. Okay? That pratyaya happens to be da. Now you tell me, can you apply bha here in any way? Why not?
Not the bha pradesha.
Okay? I'm asking, can upasara plus jan have bha sanya? That's my question. Pratyaya is da. Anga is upasara plus. Anga is jan actually. Yes, Harsha.
Swamiji, this is not Suadishu, so it won't
Correct.
have.
Therefore, you cannot get a bhasanya here. Then how will our sutra apply? Titva samarthyat. Because of da, forget bha, etc. now. A non-bha will also undergo what? T-lopa. Okay? Now, what is the dhatu? Jan. Yeah? Dhatu is jan. What is the content of da pratyaya? Tell me. What is the content of da pratyaya? Up, right? Good. So now we go back and we change this. I have to go further down. Give me 1 second. Okay. So now this content is up. And what will happen now? What is the T?
An.
An. So what do you get? Upa Sara, that remains, plus Jakara plus Akara. What do you get? Upa Sara Ja. What does this mean now? What is born in a lake? This is a samasa. Upapada samasa it is. Upapada tatpurusha samasa. That's what it is. It is both kridanta and samasa. Mixed between the two. So it gets a sangya of a samasa. Not just kridanta. And therefore, what do you get now? Upasaraja. Take time. Like Ramashabda. Upasarajaha, upasarajau, upasarajaha. Now you see. Jalajaha. What is Jalaja? Jale jataha.
Lotus.
Neerajaha. Padmajaha. Andajaha. You remember the jiva types? What are they? Andaja. Udbhija. Right? Jarayuja.
Svetaja.
Shvedaja. Correct? Where do you get all these from? Same rule. With Jan Dhatu, to get born somewhere, you have to add a pratyaya ja. Da. And what will it do? T-lopa. And sometimes elsewhere also it will happen. Like anywhere you say da pratyaya or da agama also, you should be careful. Ditvam. All it says ditvam. Dittu samarthya ter lopa bhavati. That's why I said, good to know bhasya ter lopaha. So that by one rule now, wherever you see dit, you know something will happen. Likely to happen. Is that clear? Okay. And in the process, we also looked at what? Datara datama. And with that, you get the words katara katama. In with kim, which are more common. Or yatara yatama. Tatara tatama. Pratipadikas. Now you can make it feminine, masculine, neutral. We saw all that. Okay. All right. Now let us go back to Ashtadhyayi. And we will, no, I would like to actually go to something else. Where is that? Not that. Hey, what is the preview is this one? Okay. So now we will find our way back to where we were, which is what? Six, 4. Huh. So we were here, right? Tehe we saw. Correct? 6, 4, 143. Now, another sutra is Nastadhite Bhasya. Okay? Bhasya Nastadhite. So we'll go to sutra and see it. It'll be easier for you to understand what we're looking at then. Okay? Condition is what? Now Tadhite. This will only happen when Tadhita Pratyaya follows. All right? What is the anuvritti? You should see. So you will see that this lopaha from 64134 is coming up to 145. Right? And we are at 144. Okay? So now what will happen? Nastadhite. Naha is what? A bha ending in na. Nakaranta. When it's followed by a tadhita, what will happen? Lopaha. Lopaha of what? Not T now. Now lopa of what? That we have to understand. Right? So, yes, Deepti. Unmute. I can't hear your question.
The in 64143, the Tehe is getting Anuvritti till 145.
Oh, it's also coming down? Okay, good. I didn't realize that. Okay, fair enough. Thank you. 145. So we'll look at the sutra itself. We'll know in a minute what happens. Okay. So now we go to 145, right? Or 644. Okay. Nastatthite. What does it say? Naha, Shashti Ekavachanam, Tadhite, Saptami Ekavachanam, Atlopaha Tehe. So what is it? Naha, Bhasya, Angasya, Tehe, Tadhite, Lopaha. What does it mean now? What is this Naha Bhasya? You have to use Tadanta Vidhi. What is Tadanta Vidhi? You make it Nakarantasya. Nakarantasya Bhasya Angasya Tadhite Kim Tehe Lopaha. So now what it means is when you have a Nakaranta Anga, which gets a bha sangya when a tadhita pratyaya follows, then it will lose its T. It will lose its T. Example is what? Uduloman Nakaranta. Don't worry about what it means, etc. Some person's name, Uduloman. Okay? Uduloman, it gets a a pratyaya in. Okay. Given the number 4196, it will be an apatyadhikara, which means it will be tasya patyah puman. So Uduloman's son is who is being referred to. We are deriving a word. By the father's name, we are getting the son's name. Uduloman, his son. Like Dasharatha. Dasharatha's son is who? Dasharathi. Same way. Uduloman plus pratyaya is in. In means ending, beginning with E. Is it ach or not? It's ach. Therefore, is Uduloman bha or not? It is. So you have bha. And it's ending in nakara. So bhasya naha nakaranta bhasya is satisfied. Of such a thing, when a tadita pratyaya follows, is it tadita or not? How do I know it's tadita? Because the sutra, here, where it's coming from is 4196. See that number here? 4196. And 4176 down is all tadita. Otherwise, you don't know what to do. Not any pratyaya. It has to be tadita pratyaya. By the adhikara, you know it's tadita pratyaya. And now, when tadita pratyaya there, what should happen? T will go. What else will happen? Pratyaya is in. What is it later? In.
Nyat.
Nyakara. What can nyakara do?
Vriddhi.
Vriddhi. Correct. Vriddhi of what? First sutra is achonyiti. Okay? Will you apply that?
No.
No. What is the next sutra?
Tadhiteshu achamatehe.
Not immediately, but a little later. Correct. Tadhiteshu achamade. When I say achonyiti, then what's the next sutra? Yes, Harsha.
Nitya.
No. You've gone somewhere else. Yes, Malti.
Atha upadaya.
Ata upadhaya. Correct. Then tadhiteshu achamadehe. Then kiticha.
Kiticha.
4 should come together in one shot in your head, okay? Then it will work well. So you carry one group in your head. This is what we did when we did Vriddhi Sutras, if you remember. 4 together. So now what will apply here? Tadhiteshu achamadehe. We don't need kiticha. Tadhiteshu achamadehe. So what is the first what is the adi ach here? U. What is the vriddhi for u? Au. So what will you get? Auduloman plus e. You can see that tadhiteshu achamadehe right there. Then what will happen now? Nastadhite, the sutra we're looking at. What will happen now? Audulom. An went away. T lopa. You get what? Audulom plus E. What will it be? Audulomi. Audulomi. That's the word. Clear? Like this, any nakaranta, T will be gone. All right? Okay. Then what? I'm not interested in that. Not this one. Or gunaha. What adhikar are we in? Angasya bhasya. Bhasya is enough. Angasya is implied when you say bhasya. Now, oho. What do you think is oho? Oho. What is oho?
5-1 or 6-1 of U.
Of u. Good. Therefore, what does it mean now? Oho, he says Shashti Ekavachanam. 6-1. Oho guna. What is bhaha, bhasya? 6-1. What should you do when there are 2 words in the same case and number? Use tadanta vidhi. So you'll end up with what now? U is not ukara, it is u. It is not ut. No taparakarna. Therefore, it stands for both u and u. Therefore, how do you say it? Uvarna. Uvarnantasya bhasangyakasya tadhita pratyaya pare gunadesha bhavati. What will happen now? When an anga, a tadhita, when a tadhita pratyaya follows, the anga which has bha sangya and ending in u varna, u or u, what will happen to it? It will take guna. What will take guna there? The final ach will take guna. Alontyasya vidhi, paribhasha. Therefore, what will happen? Now he has an example. Babru. Forget about sutra for that, okay? Babru plus yany pratyaya. Nyat. So what will it do now? Taddhiteshu achamadehe. It will become babru. Right? Babru plus yany. Now it's ending in uvarna. Yes. What is guna for u? Babro. Okay? So what will happen then? Now this we probably did long ago. I don't remember if you remember it. I think I covered it. Vanto yi pratyaya. It should ring a bell somewhere vaguely. Not 6179. Where is it coming? What is 6177? Eko yanachi. Okay. What will be 6178? Help.
Echo vaya.
Echo ayavayavaha. Correct? Now, ayavayavaha. In that, he's saying vantaha. That is the vanta. Okay? Vanta is now what? Va ending, ava ending here. So if it's ava ending, yi pratyaye. What is yi pratyaye? Yakaradi pratyaye. Tadadi vidhi will apply because seventh case. Therefore, what will happen? Yakaradau pratyaye pare. What is adesha? Ava adesha bhavati. O will become ava. Therefore, what will you get? Pabhravya. What is our main thing here? Or guna. Next, vanto yi pratyay, if you don't remember, don't worry. Or guna. Give another example. Upagu, the son of Upagu, ending in uvarna, will become what? Aupagu. Then guna is aupago. Now echo ayavayava will apply. So the previous one we saw, a yakaradi pratyay, you don't expect sandhi. It's a rare case, but you have a sandhi. Vanto yi pratyay. When a yakaradi pratyaya follows and of his previous ending, then you have a rule there. Right? So, babro, that O, not av ending, O ending. O ending will take it. So, this is what is happening here. Don't worry about the rest. So, Swayambhu becomes Swayambhu. And then Or Gunaha applied. Adi Vriddhi, Swayam. So some other sutras are also happening here. So don't worry about it, okay? Not worth getting into that right now. Okay. This is another sutra, which, see, these sutras may not be very useful to you right now. But if you work on Tadita sometimes, you will find they'll be very helpful to you. Here, the main thing you have to keep in mind is this yasyeti cha, it is saying here that yakara, yasya, is akara and ikara. Ikara and akara. E and a. What will happen if you add e and a? Icha, acha. Iko yanachi. What will you get? E plus a. What will be sandhi?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is the yasya here, okay? Not yakara. Two things are considered. E and a. All right. So, when e or a, so bhasangyakasya angasya, avarnasya, e varnasya cha, taddhita pratyaye pare, ikare pare cha, lopah bhavati. So now you have what? Iti. Right? Yasya iti cha. Now, iti means what? When it follows. Chakara, taddhita is also there. Anuritti. Therefore, either when a taddhita pratyaya follows or e follows, then the a or e, the final a or e, avarna or ivarna, not even a, avarna or ivarna of the bha will get replaced by what? What will happen here? No replacement, lopaha. That a or e, avarna or ivarna, at the end of the anga will get dropped. Okay? So the main thing here to keep in mind, it is yasya is e and a, not ya. Now you look at what's happening. Daksha is a person. You know our Daksha Prajapati. His son, what will it be? Pratyaya is in. Okay? Nyakara, therefore, Adividdhi. Daksha plus in. Now what is happening? This is ending in an avarna and followed by what? Not e, but followed by a tadhita. Therefore, what will happen? This a in daksha will get dropped. Yasyeti cha. Same thing happened with Dasharathi. Otherwise, you will get Dasharathe. That a has to go. Otherwise, you won't get Dasharatha plus e won't get Dasharathi. You will get Dasharathe. Here also Dakshe goes. Why does it go? Because of this rule. Yasya iti cha. Okay? So this is what happens here. Then he gives another example of another, this time a woman. Vinata's son. Vinata's son. Pratyaya happens to be dhak. Okay? What is the content of dhak? Chutu you apply. What will happen to dha? It will go. What is the content? Ak. Therefore, when a is there, is it bha or not? Vinata? It is bha. Is it avarna? Vinata. Ah. Is it avarna or not? It is not a. It is avarna. Therefore, a will also be covered. This a, what will happen to a now? There is one more rule in between. I had mentioned it last time. When dha comes, it becomes a. Okay. Extra. All right. So now the point is, even with that replacement, it's still ach only. Therefore, bha sanya is there. Right? And now what? We became y, vriddhi, vainat. Why vainat? That a went. Why did it go? Because of yes, yeti cha. So in general, when you have an tadhita pratyaya, which is going to make the anga into a bha, then if that anga is ending in avarna or ivarna, it will get dropped. Very, very commonly used, very heavily used rule. Yes, yeti cha. Okay. He gives another example for ikaranta. Atri, Atri's son will be Atreya. Okay. Again, because of Aya. Aya is what I told you, 711. You have this pa, dha, kha, gha, sham, that 4 replacements there. Ayan, Aya, Iya, etc. So you have to know what they are. I always tend to forget them. But when you know it's a tadhita, you can catch it from there. Okay. Now he gives you an example of E also. All right. Which you can look up. Now I want to show you this example. Not tadhita now. Kumara is the masculine form. You want a feminine form. For that you add a pratyaya neep. Okay. What is neep's content going to be? Nakara is it. How?
Lashakvatadite.
Good. Lasha. Ku. Ku is there. Ka, ka, ga, ka, na. Therefore, pratyayadi. Therefore it goes. So what will be there? E is the pratyaya now, content. Now, do you remember E teacher? Yes, yeah, E teacher. That E option is applying now. So what will happen now? Kumara plus E should have become what? Kumare. Guna should have taken place. Before that, what will happen? Yasya iti cha. Kim bhavati? This akarasya lopaha bhavati. What will you get? Kumar plus E. That's how you get Kumari. Very common word for ladies, Kumari. Some Kumara, some Kumari. Kumari, how do you get? Like this. Gaura, Gauri. Ishvara, Ishvari. Very common. So you can see that the bha sangya is not only because suaujas, not only because tadita, also stri pratyaya. That's what I want you to observe here. Keep your mind very clear. Bha is only when a asarvanamasthana pratyaya, which is in suadi, where su begins with 412 and goes up to end of 54. Any pratyaya, which is yakaradi or ajadi, will give a bha sangya to the ganga. And then all these rules can kick in. So Pandya made one rule. It's not for tadita. It's not for this or that. It's for bha. That's why he needs that word bha. Okay? Does it make some sense? So this is what this is about. We don't need to look at all the things here. So now, after this sutra 64154 through 160 will be interesting to us. They will give you a lot of forms which we are so far not familiar. Okay? What happens there, I will give you a very quick run. We'll look at it again. Look at these now. You have a bunch of things which can happen when you have these pratyas following. 3 pratyas. What are there? Ishtha, Iman, Yassu. 3 tadita pratyas. Ishtha means superlative. Like Garishtaha, Varishtaha, Ishthan pratyaya. Iman is tasya bhava, means thatness. Thatness. Like we say, samata, mamata, like that. Mahima will come here. Mahiman. Yes is jayas. Jayan, Jayasi chet karmanaste. That jayas. Yes pratyaya. Comparative. All right. Now these pratyas, when they follow, es is comparative degree, ishtan is maximum. What do you call it? Superlative. Comparative, superlative, right? So now when that comes, what will happen? That's the changes being looked at here in this section. All right. Why now? Only because we are looking at bha karyas, nothing else. Nothing to do with anything else here, okay? I'm just showing you what all happened with bha. So now, once you do this, here he's saying first there'll be what? When these pratyas, forget this one sutra, we are only interested in that anuvritti. Ishtan, Iman, and Es. For them, the next 2 sutras will apply. What will happen? Tehe. What will happen to Tehe? Lopaha. So you can see now, Patu plus Ishtan. What is it? T, U. We'll get Pat plus Ishta, Patishtaha. Patu plus Iman, no guna, no equanachi. What will happen? Patiyan, Patima, Lagu, Lagishtaha. U is getting dropped. That's all you have to notice. T is getting dropped. Okay? So this will happen happily. Then the next sutra gives you a lot of words. Okay? Sthula, Dura, Yuva, Hrasva, Kshipra, Prakshu, Dra. In all of this, what should you do? He says, for all these, what should be done? Yanadi param lupyate. What should you do now? Look at the word sthula, for example, okay? Pay attention. Look at the word sthula. Where is yan in that? Yan letter. What is yan? Yavarala. I hope you remember, okay? Hayavarat land. Yavarala. In sthula, where is the end letter? Lakara. Right? Now, not T. Not looking for T. You're looking with whatever begins with yan in that word. Like T. Okay? But T, Rachontyadi, here it is Yanadi. So what is Yanadi now? La plus A. Sthu will, if you drop the La, what will remain? Sthu. Okay? And what should you do? Yanadi Param will go away. And Purvasya, whatever precedes it, the ach preceding that yan which you dropped, that will take guna. Okay? It will take guna. So what will happen then? Sthu will become stho. Stho plus ishta, what will happen? H-O-I-Y-A-V-A. Sthavishtaha. So you will get, if you remember Shiva Mahimna Stotra, Davishta, Sthavishta, you will see all these words. Parama Tattam Hare Shivaya Namo Namaha, etc. You know, Namo Nedishtaya, etc. All those words you will find will be covering here. So you get words like what? Kshepishtaha. In Brihadaranyaka I said, you know, Agni Kshepishta, Vayu Kshepishtaha. How did it come? Kshipra becomes Kshepishta. Because Kshi will become Kshe. And Ra onwards it's dropped. Yanadi. Just like T. So this is one sutra. And the next sutra will give you replacements for the same pratyas. Priya is there, replace it pra. Sthira is replaced with stha. No other logic here. You have to replace one to one. Then you will get words. So what words will you get now? You will get words like, you know, Priya will become Preshtaha. Prema will become Preyan. Sthira will become Stheshtaha. Varishtaha. Brahmishtaha. Garishtaha. Lot of words we see in our Upanishads. But how do they come? You have to look here. So we will, I don't want to, you know, from this sutra you will get the word Bhuman. Bhuma. You know, not this one, maybe this and the next perhaps. But you will get that. Jayas you will get from here. So these are all words which will give you some pratyaya, some words ending in, you know, up to 160. To 160 is the things you will see here. So you will get a good vocabulary in terms of Ishtan, Imanich, Yasun, Pratyayantix. If we see this much, I would be happy with what we have done for Bha for Tadita. Okay? So you know with Bha what can be done. You may not remember all of this. It doesn't matter. But you should be aware now how Kumari came. Good to remember. How Dasharathi came. Good to remember. Right? And these are special. These ones we saw in the end. Patishtha, etc. But whenever I listen to Shiva Mahimna Sutra, it all comes to me. Oh, these are the words. That's how I remember them. Because you have very nice stotra, Shiva Mahimna Stotra. In the end, you have all these words. Namo Nedishtaya. Nedishta is very close. How Nedishtha? You have to go look in one of these sutras. Okay? Any questions? Okay, we'll stop. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So